I've recently been getting a lot of requests for me to make a video about my practice routine, which I think is something that's kind of unusual because it's such a complicated thing, the method that I use to practice and get through all this stuff. So I think when people ask me that, what they want are tips basically on how they should practice. Also, I think people are just curious to know what it is that I do to be able to do all the things that I do. So the first part of this video is going to be me giving basic suggestions, general stuff that I do with my practice routine, and then I'll go into very specific stuff, which I think is what people really want near the end. So let's get started. I'm in the pit right now, and I'm starting here because this is generally where I start my work week, and I basically design my practice routine around all the stuff that I actually have to do. So the first day is this production show. I'm not going to tell you which one, but I'll just show you what we have here. I got some music, got the light, got my horn, got my aviom. It's like a 1950s kind of rock show, musical. Alright, so the big thing with that is that there's a double. I got some clarinet work that I got to do, and intonation, because it's just the horns that's back here. In fact, if I can show you this, I'll try and light that differently. Let me show you guys these screens. So this middle one, that's generally whatever the show is, and then on the end here, that's the musical director who conducts. So, alright, so usually I just come back here super late because they aren't doing a show. I got this thing here. This is my Tenor recorder, and I can come back here and practice and not have to worry about disturbing anybody. Okay, so usually day 2 is this show again, and this show isn't until late. Our schedule changes quite a bit, but as for now, I usually take this day, the entire day, because it takes a long time, but I usually do this to actually make internet videos. So, all right, let's move on. So I generally start with some clarinet stuff. Nothing here is actually acoustic except the horns. So as you can see from all this foam, we're facing in the opposite direction of the stage. And all the rhythm section stuff is all electronic. Nothing is even going through an amplifier. So it's all like pretty quiet back here, except for the live horns. So the big thing for us is intonation and having an intonation reference. So I just did a video on saxophone intonation, which is really just a video on intonation in general, so you can check that out. I'll post a link at the end of this video. So seeing that this is the first thing that I do in the week, this show is usually around 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, something like that. I usually don't get here to warm up or practice until later, so I don't have to be up really early in the morning to do that kind of thing. And plus, with intonation, you just need to hit the little bits, make sure that you're listening, making sure all my equipment is all right, and going through the clarinet thing, that's just kind of a refresher, and then tweaking some of the other things from other shows that I've played and making sure I don't fall behind, because with clarinet, you can definitely do that, and it's really easy to get lazy with intonation and start hearing stuff wrong. So that's a late in the day kind of practice thing that I do. Alright, you guys have been asking me to do a chord analysis of Chick Corea, Spain, because I did this reverse diminished scale video, and you guys are very interested in that. So when I do that video, which is coming pretty soon, I'm going to shoot that one here because I have access to a piano. Okay. I can obviously do some piano practicing here, basically any type of original stuff that I'm doing that I can work on, so it's nice to have access to that. So I have a tin whistle also that I picked up not too long ago, and I did a Star Trek video because I'm a huge Star Trek fan, so I get a chance to practice that up here also. So check this out. Alright, so obviously I'm an Altissimo guy, and you got to keep up with that thing. So I just got this little rudimentary thing that I like to practice, which is basically just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up and up and up. But I usually just make sure I clean it up so I don't have those little like squeaks and whatnot that's in between there, but just for the sake of the video. Also, there's some songs that I like to learn. Make sure that I can play some of these songs up in the Altissimo register like a In a Sentimental Mood is Duke Ellington's song, and I like to play it up in the Altissimo register. So I'll show you what I do to practice, making sure that I'm on top of that thing. I'll do something like this. So we got this chart called Humanism. It's by John Baptiste. He's with the Late Show Band, and we originally were doing it in F minor concert. Now it's an A flat minor concert. And I had this really cool thing that I would do over like a G blues. Do something like that, but now I got to do it in A flat concert, which is the B flat blues, because it's a song that I play every week. So you want to make sure that you're focusing on the stuff that you're playing, so that way you get an opportunity to actually do it. You're not like learning all this stuff and then you don't do it for a few months and then you kind of forget it. So we got piece of cake. But doing it on the gig is a little different. I don't just only practice Altissimo stuff. For that song, there's like this 4-bar, it's a 4-bar form for the solo section, and it basically just hovers around like a B flat, concert A flat, Dorian minor to a concert A flat, natural minor. So you got this kind of thing. All right, so you got an A flat, a minor 7 to a D flat 7, and then you go to you got an E concert major 7 to F sharp 7, and then back to your A flat minor. Sorry about the goofy enharmonics, but that's what makes A flat minor weird. So you got something that sounds like this. Something like that. All right, well, you know, there you go. I try to practice flute as much as I can. There's one gig that I have where I pretty much have to play flute, and it's with a male singer. I do some kind of Celtic thing, and it's not that Titanic thing, but you should know it anyway if you have a flute. I got that piccolo thing. I also have that tenor recorder also. Yeah, this is my tenor recorder, so I'm just trying to bust this thing out, y'all. And the fingering system is not only very awkward, but the actual finger layout is just weird. Like this finger feels like it's too far down, then you got this little half hole thing here, and then this all this kind of down here. So yeah, I got my work cut out for me. Okay, these are the top 10 questions that I get asked all the time, so I just want to put this at the end of this video, and I can speed through this and then help you guys out with answering some of these questions. Okay, number 10, are you planning on doing more mouthpiece reviews? Absolutely. I still have some stuff that's coming in the mail. I'm going to continue with that at a lower pace, though. I am going to slow down the rate at which I do that with new mouthpieces, but I am going to do some more heads-up comparisons with the mouthpieces that I do have. I have some much better recording equipment, so I want you guys to get the best video and audio quality, so that way you guys can make a more educated guess on what kind of mouthpieces that you're looking for and facings and all that kind of stuff. Okay, number 9. Endorsements. Do I have any endorsements? I do not have any endorsements of any kind whatsoever. I am not paid or gifted anything by any of these companies whose products that I review. I like having the option of playing on whatever works best for me for whatever kind of equipment that I have from whatever company. Number 8, leading to my afro, I am currently in the process of looking for an endorsement that has nothing directly to do with saxophone and music and all of that. Like for instance, my hair. I like hair products, watches, this kind of thing. Maybe some fashion, attire, this kind of thing, but nothing very music oriented. Do you do lessons or Skype? Unfortunately, due to the nature of my gig, it is catastrophically difficult to do lessons via internet. Internet is outrageously expensive, and it's also super slow. So hopefully sometime in January 2020 I'm going to be making some type of changes, but I won't know until then how I'm going to pursue doing lessons and Skyping online and all that kind of stuff. Okay, do you do any live playing? Yeah, actually most of what I do is live playing. Unfortunately, it's going to cost you $500 to $125,000 to hear me play because of the nature of the gig that I have. And unfortunately, I have absolutely no control over that whatsoever. You might show up and I might be off that week. So, okay. Do you do any alto sax videos? You guys saw me do the Barry. I got some flute stuff, some clarinet stuff, tenor obviously, soprano. But I had to sell my alto a couple years back. I've been planning on replacing it, but unfortunately I don't really have the space for it and I don't really need it at the time. But again, hopefully sometime January 2020, I'm going to see what's going on with that, and then we'll take it from there. So hopefully I can get some stuff to you guys. Do you speak any other languages? Okay, now obviously if you've been watching my videos and whatnot, they're all done in English and you understand my videos mostly well enough. However, I do get a lot of Spanish speaking people that have subscribed to my channel and that watch my channel, and they leave me messages in Spanish, and I'm pretty good with Spanish, but I still go to like Google Translate like everybody else just to make sure I'm not saying something weird. But yes, I am going to go through some of my most popular videos. I'm going to just overdub it in Spanish, and then I'm going to see how that does. If it's successful, then I'll do more of those. So thank you to my German friends. I have a lot of people from Germany to watch my videos, and Russia also, Brazil, Portuguese also. Thank you. So, all right, next question. Why is your background music so
weirdly intense?
Okay, when I was setting up my mouthpiece review videos, I originally planned on having the intro music be the same music I would test the mouthpieces with, but it didn't really turn out like that. But the music, I just still used it. So in the future, I'm gonna wind up doing more of that because I just have much better recording equipment. I have much better facility to put all that stuff in place now, as you've seen with some of my more recent videos. Okay, next question. The book. Okay, so I talked about putting this Altissimo book together, and it's been a nightmare trying to put this thing together, but I am currently working on it. Hopefully by January 2020, I know I keep saying that, something like that will be marketable to the public, but I'm working to get all this stuff done because I'm really trying to just move on to the next thing, so you guys can hear me live and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and by far the number one question that I get about everything, almost like every other question that I get, is why are you so cryptic about what you do and where you are? Okay, the simple answer is I'm not paid to advertise that brand or that product via social media. I'm not allowed to do it, and it benefits me in no way whatsoever to solicit that brand for my own thing. All of that stuff is all green screen anyway. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I got some interesting and some more good stuff coming to you, so stay tuned. See ya.